Hi friends, as the continuation of our series of different videos of nationalism in Europe, the next topic or the next unification, that it is the unification of Britain. When you learn the unification of Britain, you will find some differences from the all other unifications. At the same time, it is important than other two unifications. So let us see which all are the expected question or which type of questions can come for the unification of Britain. Explain how British nationalism grew at the cost of other culture. Explain the unification of Great Britain. How was the history of nationalism in Britain unlike the rest of the Europe? The history of nationalism in Britain was unlike the rest of the Europe. Why? Why it is different than any other when we consider different unification, we have discussed the unification of Greece, we have discussed Germany, Italy, and from all these unifications, why this British unification is different? Anyway, you need to learn all these unification, especially the Italian and the German and this unification. So this unification is having the particularity or speciality. What this we need to discuss? Why there is a speciality? Why it is separate or why it is different from other than? So let us go to the unification of Britain. The first point, in Britain, the formation of the nation state was not the result of a sudden upheaval or revolution. The unification of Britain was not as usual, like any other country, with a sudden upheaval or revolt. That means no revolution. You go through the all other unifications which we have discussed. The unification of Germany, you see, there were wars, were there revolutions, were there 3 wars, 7 years against Netherlands, France and Denmark. And unification of Italy, you see, there was revolutions were made by our Giuseppe Mazzini, and the war waged by Cavour, and the war was conducted by Giuseppe Garibaldi. But when we come to the Italian British unification, there is no war, no revolution, no any upheavals. So that is the beauty of the British unification. That is why the British unification is different from all other unifications. Why? Because there was no sudden upheaval or revolution or war. So that will be the first point when we consider the British formation, British unification of the nation was not as the result of a sudden upheaval or revolution. Second point, the major ethnic group were English, Welsh and the Scottish or Irish people. When we take the story of in Britain at that time, the major linguistic group or major cultural group were the English, that is the people England, and the Welsh, the Wales, and the Scottish and the Irish. These were the 4 different types of culture and tradition which was at that time. When we discuss about the British unification, there were major ethnic groups. There were 4 major ethnic groups were there, that was English, Welsh, Scottish and Irish. My dear friends, in between I am glad to tell you that it is already Sanjeev sir has made a very good video on this United Kingdom of Britain. You can go through and you will get a clear knowledge about that. With that, when we compare or when we incorporate this point, then it will be very easy to understand the unification of Britain. So I strongly recommend to you to watch that video also. So come back to our topic. The major ethnic difference or ethnic group in that time in Britain were four type of ethnic groups were there, or four types of language group were there: English people, Welsh people, Scottish people, and the Irish people. These were the four different ethnic composition at that time in Britain. All these groups had their own culture and political tradition. Once we consider the English people, the Welsh and the Scottish and the Irish people, all of them are having different culture. They are speaking different language. The culture is different. The tradition is different. The festivals are different. Everything was different. They are not having any similarity or anything. These all the four ethnic groups were having different culture, tradition and everything. So first one, the formation of the Britain as a nation, it was not the upheaval or any revolution. Second, there were four type of ethnic groups were there: Welsh, Irish, English and Scottish. And the four of them were, these all the four groups were having their own different culture. And next, but English nation grew fast in wealth. So we are finding that it is these all are the different four ethnic groups were there, that it is English, Welsh and Scottish and the Irish people in the Ireland. But among them, who was growing very fast? The English. The English people started to grow very fast in wealth and in their culture and everything. They have started to become politically and economically strong and powerful. Then comparing with other three, these English people become very powerful. Now after they become very powerful politically and economically, what did they do? English Parliament seized the power from monarchy. So they had their parliament. What the parliament did, the English parliament or English people were strong, or the English people started to grow very faster and faster economically and socially, politically. What did they do? The English parliament seized the power from the monarch. Parliament took the power, removed the king. Now no more king. Now parliament has taken the power, because English people are becoming very strong and powerful, and they have taken the power and they have proclaimed England as the center, and they started to rule the English area. They have proclaimed England as the center. Then here comes the next point. There was the Act of Union in 1707 between England and Scotland, resulted the formation of United Kingdom of Great Britain. So there was an Act of Union in 1707 in between Scotland and English people. You remember, once again, English people started to grow very fast economically and politically. After they have got very strong enough, they have taken the power from the monarchy. The parliament removed the monarchy and the parliament took the charge, or came into the political power. After that, Scotland and English. So there was an Act of Union. They have signed a treaty between Scotland and English people, that it was known as Act of Union of 1707, according to which there was the United Kingdom of Great Britain formed. That means these all the countries together, Scotland, England or English people, and the Wales and the Ireland, these all the people together, what did they do? They have formed the United Kingdom of Great Britain was formed. Then after that, the British Parliament was henceforth dominated by its English members. After they have taken the power, this English people got very powerful, and through the Act of Union between Scotland and the English people, they have made the United Kingdom of Great Britain, which is included of Scotland, English people, England, Wales and the Ireland. And after making this United Kingdom, the British Parliament was henceforth dominated by its English members. The Parliament of Britain or British Parliament was dominated by its English members. More members were there in the Parliament that were the English members. So because of that, they could pass so many policies, they could pass so many laws which are very supportive or which are intended or decided by the English people. So what did they do? English people decided to have certain policies which started to suppress the other people. For example, English suppressed the Scotland distinctive culture and the political institution. After having this union of act between Scotland and the English people, the English Parliament, the majority of the members in the English Parliament was the English people. So, because of the predominant position in the Parliament, they could succeed with so many policies. So, they have tried to suppress, English people suppress the Scotland distinctive culture and their political institution. So many culture which was followed by the traditional and the cultural things which was followed by the Scottish people, now with the rule, the Parliament or the English people tried to suppress them. They were asked to not to perform your traditional activities or all the traditional institution which they had been following, it was stopped or terminated by the English Parliament. And they were not allowed to speak their language. These people not at all allowed to speak their Scottish language. They were told or very strictly they were asked to speak only English language. The dominance of the English people are visualizing here. And the Catholics in Scotland were tortured. You know, there are two groups are there in the Christianity, that it is Roman Catholics and the Protestants. These English people were the Protestants. In Scotland, there was Catholics were there. In Ireland also Catholics were there. What these English people did? The English helped the Protestant to, the Catholics in the Scotland were tortured, started to be tortured, they were imprisoned, they were punished. And what happened in the Ireland? In Ireland also there was Catholics were there. The English helped the Protestants of Ireland to establish their dominion over Catholics. From England, these English people were protecting or supporting the Irish people. Or in this Ireland, there were so many Catholics were there. These English people were the Protestants. So these English people were supporting the Protestants in Ireland in order to torture the Catholics there. When this suppression started from the part of the English people in Ireland, and the Catholics in the Ireland started to protest against that, but these English people could suppress them. As a conclusion, we can say that it is this English people was dominating or they were dominating everywhere. Their entire power they forced or put on all other cultures. They have established their kingdom, what all are the way they wanted. So that is the way the United Kingdom of Great Britain formed. Now in that, this Ireland, now things changed, you know, 20th century everything changed. That you watch Sanjeev sir's video, then you will understand what the changes. Now which all are the countries are there in the Great Kingdom. That is not our matter. We are in 18th century, 19th century we are. What happened? There we are. How this unification happened? That is a thing which we are discussing. So when the unification of Britain is asked, my dear friends, you keep in your mind that it is first thing you have to remember in your thing. The unification of Britain was different from all other unifications. Why? Because there was no sudden upheaval or revolution. Second point, in Britain at that time there were major ethnic groups. 4 major ethnic groups were there: English, Welsh, Irish, Scottish. And all of these groups were having their own culture and tradition and all these things. English started to grow very faster and faster economically, politically. And what did they do? English Parliament took the power from the monarchy. Monarchy was removed. Then after comes the Act of Union between Scotland and Ireland in 1707, which forced or which gave the birth of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Okay, I hope you are following. Then after the formation of the United Kingdom of Britain, what happened? The British Parliament was dominated by the English members. So what did they do? They tried to suppress the other cultural people. Example, they have not allowed the Scottish people to use their language and their political institution and follow their traditions and culture. And the Catholic, those who were in the Scotland, were tortured very badly. And the English people supported the Protestants in Ireland in order to torture the Catholics in Ireland. When the Catholics protested against it, it was suppressed by the Englishmen. These many points you need to write. That's enough for the unification of Britain. I hope you are following with. If any comment or any problem, if you meet with the videos, you can notify us with in the comment box, and we will be definitely going through, and then you will be giving more inspiration or more changes or whatever the things which you want, or the more clarifications will be given through the next sessions. So don't worry about that. I hope again you enjoyed this video. You go once more again, and different time you watch this video, and when you have a good mood to learn, after going through, I hope you will understand everything. Once again I am telling you to study very well all these 3 unifications. Don't forget to learn all these 3 unifications, that it is the unification of Italy, Germany and Britain.